Na itt vagyunk, délután, halkak vagyunk, halkák vagyunk, mert hát ilyen, amikor szabadságon vagyunk, és alvási időben lehetőségünk van játszani. De ilyenkor, most nem a kis házban vagyok, nem a projektorról, hanem a tévéről, csak így ilyenkor nem zajongunk, hogy a kiskölykök föl ne ébredjenek, mert nem az, akik a kiskölykök fölébrednek, annak két baja van. Egyrészt tiszta hülyék és idióták és nyöszörgősök, és minden bajuk lesz. Egész délután, és alig várod már, hogy este lefektetesd őket. Harmadrészt nem tudunk eleget játszani. És persze kimaradt a másodrészt, de most ezzel már tényleg igazán nem akarunk foglalkozni. Na. Ott tartottunk tegnap este, hogy egy csomó küldetést megoldottunk. Mondhatni, a főküldetésen kívül, meg a kincsodrászok, amik nem indultak be, és innentől kezdve nem tudjuk befejezni őket, mert ahogy gondolom velük, nem jutottunk semmire. Na. Hops. Hova kell tehát eljutnunk? Jó. Célszerű ide visszajönni. Mindig bukfencezünk egyet. Csak úgy. Mert így menj. Így kell felszállni velem a lóra. Egyeztetünk. Mindjárt egyeztetünk, oda megyünk. 48-as szintől eljárt, hát 48-asok vagyunk, csak meg tudjuk oldani. Ezen kívül jó lenne még fönt a tábort kipucolni most délután. És akkor azt hiszem nagyjából meg is vagyunk az összes. Na, Paci, hol vagy már?
Drink! Give me a drink! That's it, Roach. an empty stomach. Oof, dreadful.
Na mondjad, mi a gond?
Yeah? What is it?
Now, why does one summon a witcher, To inquire about the gossip currently flowing about the court? I have a problem with a beast.
You the one posted the notice? Go on then, spit it out. What's it about?
First, my dear witcher, we must establish ground rules. Given the vast difference in our respective social positions, I'm sorry to say I take umbrage at the familiar tone you take. I expect deference. I expect you to address me as Sir, or better yet, as Monsieur de Bourbeau.
Kinek van majd gondja?
Listen, friend. There's an enormous difference between us, but it's not about status. It's about me having two swords on my back, and you having none. So I'll call you whatever I want, and you either deal with that or solve your monster problem yourself.
Nekünk van pénzünk? Nem éri meg ezzel foglalkozni.
The gall! I shall file a complaint with your guild.
Make sure you address it to customer service. Kaer Morhen, Kedwin. Now talk, before I change my mind and go.
Naughtlings and their manners. Very well. Let us get this over with. Something has infested my vineyard.
Great. Let me go prepare my something oil then.
I beg your pardon?
Need more information than that. Where was this something seen? Any witnesses? Bodies to examine?
Therein lies the rub. None has seen the beast. We've only heard signs of its presence, a strange scratching and shrieks. Neither are there any corpses to inspect. Men simply disappear without a trace.
Noises you mentioned. Where do they come from?
Well, everywhere. But they're most clearly audible in the wine cellar.
Means the monster must dwell underground. When are the noises loudest?
In the night, just as they were years ago, when the buildings quaked. Another expert agreed to look into the matter then, but was never thereafter seen nor heard of.
Who's disappeared, if you don't mind my asking?
Most recently some farmhand, I believe.
Despite the vast difference in social status, you remember the farmhand's name, maybe?
No. You must speak to my wife. She has more collegial relations with this household help. She's away at the moment visiting her mother, but should return forthwith. Oh, that should suffice with the questions. Now tell me, will you take the contract? Yea or nay?
Depends.
Csak
What kind of
tisztában legyünk.
reward are we talking about?
Na jó. Hát, ha már ennyire pofátlan. Föltoljuk 600-ra.
Come now, be reasonable. Come now, be reasonable.
Van ám bőr a képén.
Fine. Seems I must take the loss. Agreed.
Fine, I'll do it. Need to look around here first. Then I'll want to talk to Madame de Bourbeau.
Very well. I shall inform you once she has returned. Meanwhile, the key to the cellar. Just
Csak
whatever you do,
megiszunk
please do not
mindent.
disturb the wine barrels.
Be gone from my sight.
It's quiet. Guess guess the monster actually is nocturnal. Gotta wait till dark.
Hát, hogy körbenézhetünk azért. Kíváncsian, hátra sötét van.
All right, let's look around. Shattered dishes. Got knocked off the shelf somehow. Shaken off, maybe? Rats. Not known to kidnap farmhands. What the?
Hoppa.
A tunnel? A bit more light could be useful. Kicking worse?
Azt a kis többet. Úgy látom, itt semmi. Na. Akkor menjünk a másik irányba.
Goes on and on, this Should be able to break through. Damn it, it's getting away. Getting more interesting by the minute. Cracked Kikimore eggs. Something's been feeding on them. No Kikimore dug this. Tunnels are the work of something much bigger. Something with heavy, wide claws.
Egyszerű lett volna.
Kikimore eggs. Should destroy them before the young hatch. Start prowling the vineyard. Water coursing. Underground stream. Monster I'm looking for lives underground, digs tunnels, feeds on Kikimores, and is big. Very big. Won't learn anything else here. Time to go back to the surface. Last one.
Akkor nincs is több utalás. Menjünk vissza. Biztos, hogy örülni fog egyébként, hogy betörtük a pincéjét.
What is the meaning of this? I'm paying you to slay a monster, not demolish my property.
Property's falling apart on its own, what with all the tunnels under it. I'd fill those in soon if you don't want your building to collapse.
Tunnels? Fiddle my farm, how did tunnels appear down there?
Something dug them. A large creature. Also killed a few Kikimores down there and destroyed their eggs. Consider it a half favor. Won't cost you much.
Kikimore eggs. Yes, of course, good work. Indeed, a reward is due.
Szépen léptünk.
Madame de Bourbeau, I presume? Hear you know something about the missing farmhand.
Jean-Luc? Yes. We went to examine this year's seedlings. Something had been nibbling at them. Then we heard these odd noises. Jean-Luc went to reconnoiter and never returned.
Madame, could you describe Jean-Luc?
Tall, exceedingly well built, hair black as pitch.
Dear, concentrate. There is not a peasant that is not well built. They work in the fields all day. He means scars, birthmarks, that sort of thing.
Az asszony egy kicsit
Then
közelebbi
none, I
kapcsolatot
suppose.
tápad vele.
But he did wear a pendant around his neck. A silver one.
Silver jewelry on a farmhand?
It was a gift, I believe. Or that is what he claimed.
Should be enough to go on.
Then what are you fritting round here for? Get to work.
Please,
Perhaps I can turn
Find
these
Jean-Luc.
tunnels into an extended cellar.
Mrs. Champion. So, how do you like it here?
Bread's really stale. Been here a while. Blanket was laid out here. Footprints. 2 sets. Tracks split. Woman turned back here. Man kept going. Trail ends here. Looks like she went back to the manor.
Na, itt voltam.
Man's footprints lead here. Large, deep tracks. Claw marks. Straight, dull, perfect for digging. Felled trees, as if something rolled over them. So is Shalmar. Only they dig tunnels and move like that.
Szóval egy ilyen szörnyel állunk szemben.
leads to that cave.
Szerintem jártunk már erre. Vannak a mantikor páncért. Mit lesz ez? Szerintem az az óriási valami, amire mondtam, hogy itt ez.
Whoa, shale marsh close.
Aztán még lesz dolgunk.
Shalmar's lair, gotta be. Drags its victims here. Pretty fresh, some of them. Gonna have to brew some bait. Need the blood of a recent victim and some of the mushrooms that grow here. Silver pendant. A lock of hair inside. Same fresh corpse. Madame de Bourbeau's. Must be Jean-Luc. Crushed ribs, cracked skull. Shalmar did this. No two ways about it. Highly decayed, partly eaten. Been lying here a while.
Elkészült.
Gotta spill it within the lair, somewhere near an air current, so the scent spreads throughout the cave. Scent won't spread from here. Ugh, that stench.
Kiöntögetjük.
Shalmar will be here any minute.
készüljünk, ez nagy csata lesz.
Come on, show me your claws. Ugly bastard.
Eddig nem állunk rosszul. Ez megvan. Ez elintézve. Erről. Jó ez a kard egyébként. Tudom azt, hogy eltaláltott. Ezek összefoghatóhoz. Szerencsére hajnali 2:30-kor. 2 óra 20 perckor.
Crawling on an empty stomach. Oh, dreadful.
Azért milyen tök már gazdáljuk.
is in order! The wall. Fix it by the end of the day.
You. Can we talk?
You'd best be bearing good news. Get on with it.
Bekapjuk.
This Jean-Luc, he did have a silver pendant. Kept a lock of Madame de Bourbeau's hair in it, matter of fact.
What? But how could she? To be unfaithful to me? A lord and heir with a plow-spawned peasant? Oh, she shall pay for this.
Don't doubt that. But mind paying me first? For services beyond the scope of the contract?
There. It'll come out of her dowry.
Got rid of the beast that was giving you trouble. It was a Shelmar.
Shelma? Whatever could that be?
Kinda like a cross between a mole and a caterpillar. Just big as a barn.
Van ez annak is.
Uh-huh. Well, Master Witcher, you make a poor first impression, but ultimately proved your worth. There. Your reward. Now, forgive me. I must speak to my wife.
Folks say some large armored gnome tunnels beneath the foundations. It's why things are toppling.
Ez nem volt annyira vészes, kicsi. Ez a küldetés. Figyelj, mondom, hogy van. Menjünk aztán.
All is in order!
Szabadítsuk fel. Nem ezt akartam, világtérkép. Bejelölöm. A kőbánya kapuját. Paci, itt vagy keszek. Na gyere, menjünk.
Faster. That's it, Roach.
Az életek még mindig gyönyörű egyébként. Ezt a várat a háttérben. Bocsika, csak meg kellett állnunk, mert dörgött az ég. Aztán gyorsan a délelőtti kerti szerszámokat még elpakoltam.
Slow down, let's not do anything rash. Nein! Good sniffer! Fast! All together! On three! Break it! This can't get
Not good.
You dare to get after me? Me?
Adunk be ilyen.
The whole of us! At once!
Stench.
This won't hurt a bit. Quick! Quicker! Hard liquor! Not much!
Not too late to surrender.
Sorcery! Hard liquor! Not much! Slimy spot! Slimy spot of mover! sweated to come here. Come on, come here. You stand no chance against us. Pathetic. Take cover! Die, sweet tickler! For Stalin's hands! Take cover! You stand not.
Nem lesz ez így jó. Ez el fog tartani egy darabig. És felnöveljük a szlávinkat, az csak hülye, csak bocsó.
Come on, come here. Why the bum sweat did you come here? You stand no chance against us. Die, Peckermonger! For Four Fingers Hans!
Hát ezt legyögtük. Legyögtük. Ez volt a legkönnyebb, megmondom őszintén. Pedig itt voltak a 48-as szintűek. De el voltak adagolva, nem élettek újra, de várba vanyagodott. Hiába vannak lépésről. Na mindegy. Ezzel ezt is felszabadítottuk.
Can't pull one over on me, Witcher. I can see you're a king.
Ezeket akarnak állomáshozni.
Nothing to see here. Move along.
Jobb helyet is el tudok képzelni.
Oh, here he comes, a hero. Geralt the Reed. All is in order.
Patrolling on an empty stomach. Oh, dreadful.
Fel is keressük a hercegi kamarás urat. Csak keresünk egy zöld pontot. Itt is van. Annyira jók vagyunk. Annyira jók vagyunk. Ki a kislány? Pénzünk az mint a pű. Rengeteg.
Got shone in its eyes, your glow, scent marking time.
Sir Geralt of Rivia. 3 cheers for the tourney's victor. Hip hip hooray! Hooray! Hooray!
Jó van.
Oh, the Witcher! The wonderful peasant!
Greetings, knight. Much is said in Beauclair of your bravery and dedication. Thus you've secured a claim to compensation. Sign here, please.
Wouldn't mind a glance at your books. Ones you're willing to sell, that is. See you later.
Go in peace for a night. 143 character 2.
I shall say tittle it and go hunt sheep. Shoot the beast, you spy!
I've always dreamt of traveling to the north.
Pick and choose while I've the inclination. Once I...
Greetings.
Geralt, there you are. So, our painting. Are you pleased? Is it to your liking? Do tell.
Hát
Not
maradjunk
exactly
ennyibe.
what I imagined. I believe I posed with all my clothes on. Clearly remember that in fact. Some other details are off too.
Invalid as a criticism. I depicted you in a more flattering state. The painting has drawn crowds, aroused a great deal of interest.
Can see that. Anyway, some advice for the future. Warn your subjects about your intentions. Your next model might not be so forgiving.
You don't like it. I'm hurt.
Ó, de szegény.
Perhaps you'd care to buy the painting. Given our rapport, I shall take a loss. For you, I'll part with it, I will, at a special price.
Why not? It'll make an interesting memento. Though I'd hardly call the price a bargain.
Indeed. Few have the sophistication to appreciate my technique. I sometimes go hungry as a consequence.
All right. At least this way I'll be able to control who sees it. Thanks.
Pontosan.
That witcher's rather handsome.
Eladunk pár dolgot,
Best
ami
armor!
jó van. Nehezíti
What you
a
got there?
dolgokat. Azokat meg elvisszük a...
So long.
birtokra, aztán kiaggatjuk.
Oh, the witcher! The one that
daughter, you know.
If my lips don't stink of wine, my wife won't know their
Azt nem lehet, akkor marad a fő. Marad a főküldetés. Jelentést teszünk a choice-na. De ne kezdjünk el szórakozni egymással, jó? Megint kezdte le lenni az agya, nem akar menteni.
I've 3 doublets.
And what a...
Geralt of Rivia, Master Witcher. I was not mistaken. You arrived and trouble followed soon after.
Step aside. Got a matter for the Duchess.
At last, Witcher. We've been on tenterhooks. Did you catch Milton's killer?
Case is more serious than we thought. The beast? I couldn't kill it. Didn't manage.
We sent you after a monster, and you return with nothing? We are very disappointed.
Situation's not quite that simple. Beast's a powerful vampire.
Ha! Is this a problem? Is it too much for a Witcher? A monster slayer? But everyone knows how to end a vampire. Draw him by trick into sunlight. Or arm yourself with ample garlic and drive a stake through its heart.
Garlic's useless against vampires. Sun and stakes don't hurt him either. Those methods, pure invention. Only work in legends and fables.
And buckthorn? When I was a child, Grandmama Ademarta always claimed buckthorn drives off vampires.
Silver sword's your best option for keeping them at bay. but it won't get the job done, because only a higher vampire can truly kill another of its kind.
Excuses. Ha! Your Grace, I shall assemble a battue. Bring the matter to its end at once. The Witcher need but tell us where to find this monster.
Whoa, this is work for a Witcher, not for your guardsmen.
Yet when a Witcher fails, my guardsmen must step in. I'll take my best. 40 hardened veterans. No vampire can stand up to that.
40, 50, 100? Doesn't matter. Won't make any difference against him.
You have not seen my guardsmen in action.
Can they fight fog? Hit a target that moves faster than the wind?
How? What creature can do such things?
Creatures like this one. Higher vampires, we call them. Each one's a little different. Unique or exceptional, you might say. Some transform into giant bats. Others communicate with animals, command them.
Yet all are still brainless beasts.
Dead wrong. Thinking of lesser vampires. Alps, Ekamaras, Catacans, for instance. They're ruled by instinct, sure. Attack anything that smells of blood. Higher vampires? They think. They employ reason.
Monsters driven by reason. A curious contention. What, then, do you intend to do?
It's way beyond being some monster. This is a powerful being that's walked the world for centuries.
Tja, impossible. If so great is their power, why have they not killed or enslaved us all?
Don't usually meddle in our matters. Mostly stay out of our way because they don't care about humans one way or the other.
And they do not fear we shall wipe them out one day.
They'd probably be pretty amused if you asked them that. They're well aware of their strength.
Then what can we do? Do you have a plan?
Try to talk to him. That's our best bet.
I cannot believe this. Her Grace summons a Witcher to kill a monster. Instead, he wishes to chat with it. Ha!
Know what I'm doing. His lover was kidnapped. He's being blackmailed.
Blackmailed? Be so kind as to explain how a vampire might be blackmailed.
Higher vampires? They're like us, motivated by emotions, not instinct. Not only are they intelligent to an extreme, they're emotionally rich. Capable of feeling many things, even love. This one fell in love with a woman, a human, and he'll do anything to keep her from harm.
You do not, I trust, suggest we let Milton's killer go free. Or wait until it murders again. We must render it harmless as quickly as possible.
Which is why that's my aim now, to prevent further attacks. Vampires only half the problem. Blackmailers at fault chiefly. Kidnap the woman to control the vampire.
And what do you propose to do?
I'll find the blackmailer, free the vampire's lover.
You were to destroy him, not help him.
No one else should die. That's most important. Soon as the woman's safe, he'll have no more reason to kill.
I admit to being swayed, Witcher. You may be right. Do you know anything about the blackmailer?
Got one lead. A few scraps of paper. Blackmailer wrote the names of the vampire's victims on them. One of them is stained. A drop of wine, looks like. So damn little to go on.
You've no idea how wrong you are, my dear. Send for the ducal sommelier. Hop, hop! In Tucson, wine is sacred. Here there is no such thing as a drop of wine, or stains therefrom. They are stains from a drop of Est, Ervelus, Fiorano.
Your Grace wished to see me?
Witcher, show him the paper scrap. Benoit, can you determine which wine made this stain?
Yes, yes. The west bank of the Saint Tour. That's rather obvious. Aged in barrels of Beauclair oak. Hue, deep burgundy. Clarity, high. It's simple. Saint Real, the 1269 vintage.
That's impossible. The wine is produced at Castel Ravello, especially and exclusively for the ducal table. Perhaps some Saint Real was stolen. We must go to the vineyard, see if there's not been an incident.
Saint Real. Never heard of it.
It's highly unlikely you've ever had a chance to partake of it. As I said, it is only ever served to the ducal family.
Didn't stop it from ending up on that scrap of paper. Unless your Grace's sommelier is mistaken.
In matters of wine, Benoit is never mistaken. If he says it's Saint Real, it is Saint Real. We must ride to Castel Ravello at once. Discover what has happened.
Wait. Your Grace wants to go with me? Out of the question.
I hope you do not suppose we will sit on our ducal hiney and do nothing while our duchy is in grave danger.
Your Grace, what you propose is far too dangerous. The Witcher should go alone.
It pleases me to see you gentlemen finally agree on something. But I've made my decision. We shall go, accompanied by the best possible escorts. You, Captain, Geralt.
Ez nem a jó utazás lesz.
We will travel incognito. We've no wish to give the court any reason to gossip. For the duration of this mission, I release you from your obligation to adhere to court protocol. In short, from now on, I am Anna Henrietta, not your Grace.
Yes, Your Grace. Witcher, are you ready?
Yeah, ready to go.
Excellent. Give me a moment. I must don something more appropriate and concealing. Then we will be off.
This vampire, have you ever faced its sort before?
I have.
How did it end? Did you kill it?
Didn't have to fight him. Hadn't killed anyone.
Have you ever heard of anyone defeating such a vampire?
Know of a man who defeated one, sure. But he didn't manage to kill it. Ultimately, only another vampire can kill a vampire.
Panthers have attacked the wagon! We must help!
Stay back, your grace. We shall see to this. Back, you beast! Begone! Help! Save us! Back, you beast! Begone! Damn it. Save us! Back, you beast! Begone!
Done. Time to move on.
If not for you, we'd have been done for.
They were fortunate
Thank you.
we happened by.
You saved our lives.
Hooray!
Addig eszegetünk egy kis pálmát útközben.
So that you saw her grace summoned from the north.
Oh! Why must you push?
You call that escorting Her Illustrious Highness? What were you thinking?
Captain, this is not the time for such complaints. As for you, Witcher, next time keep close.
Captain de la Tour, we did not expect any visitors from the palace. How are affairs at court?
Doubtless you've heard of the Beast of Beauclair. Well, we've our hands full. Especially since the rogue last attacked in the palace gardens.
I trust Her Illustrious Highness was not harmed.
Kind of you to ask, Master Fabricio. I am well.
Your grace? We were not warned. I shall order the salon prepared at once.
That won't be necessary. As you can see, we are not here on an official visit.
Naturally. Might I ask then what has brought you to Castel Ravello?
Came to see you. Got some questions.
In this land, it is seen as polite to introduce oneself before asking any questions.
This is Geralt of Rivia, a witcher. He has come to Toussaint on my personal invitation.
Which is to say...
Which is to say, I expect you to treat him with the utmost respect.
Of course, Your Grace.
Did you hear that, Witcher? Fabricio will be delighted to answer your every question.
Want to talk about San Real?
I am at your service.
The San
Ez
Real.
föntre.
How many vineyard workers have access to it?
One might say only I do.
Not like you make the wine all alone. At least a dozen others work here.
I see you've little notion how wine is made. Grapes travel a long road before they become Sonreal. The workers assist me only to the stage of fermentation. I see to the maceration personally and let no one near the fat. Workers, again, assist me during barreling, but then I seal the aging barrels myself, each and every one. The wine lies in the cellar, gains character. Once this process is complete, it becomes Sonreal. And as it happens, only I have the key to the cellar in question.
Who hauls the barrels to the palace?
We've our own garrison. Guards who have served here for years and would answer with their heads for the wine.
We'll not get anywhere asking questions, I see. It's a waste of time.
Your Grace? How am I to understand this?
Master Fabricio, we have proof someone's gained access to Son Real. Someone who should not have, which means one of two things. Either you lie to our face, or you are an idiot who has had wine stolen from under his nose and not even realized it. In either case, you shall answer for it.
But...
Silence! And listen. I shall inspect the barrels in person, thus giving you time to reflect. When I return, I expect to hear answers. Remind me, where is this Son Real stored?
In the main cellar, around the corner. I'll show you.
I shall find it. Give me the key to the cellar and wait here.
Oh, of course, Your Grace. Here it is.
Come, Witcher.
What if Fabricio
Kemény az asszony.
was blackmailing the vampire? Considered that?
He has his flaws, but I would never suspect him of such a thing. He's been very loyal. He owes all he has to me. His father frittered away the family fortune. He left his son an encyclopedic knowledge of wine. That is all. Fabricio lived as a beggar until I appointed him steward of Castel Ravello. Only then did he come into his own.
So where do we start?
Let us see if all the barrels are present. Here's the inventory ledger.
Owner's log. Fermentation completed with no complications. Tapped above sediment line. Here it is. Barreling. Everything lines up at first glance. Neatly and thoroughly documented.
Then we must follow our other lead. Benoit said the stain came from the 1269 vintage. Let's find it.
Ervelous. I like it. Quite dry.
An excellent wine. You've good taste.
Est. Think everyone and their mother's heard of this wine.
Among the best in the world. Castel Ravello is famous for it.
Fiorano. Dandelion's favorite. Adores it.
Ah, yes. That sophisticated palate of his.
Got Pomino over here. San Real. 1270 vintage.
That's the wrong year. Keep looking.
Na meg.
And here. 1269. What now?
Let's see if any barrels are empty.
Wanna open them?
For now, a knock will suffice. If you hear a hollow thud, we will have found what we seek.
Full.
This one is full.
This one's full too. Full. This one's full too. Full. Looks like all the barrels are full. Dead end, I'm afraid.
Full they are. The question is, are they full of Sonrial? Grab a tap and a hammer. We shall open them one by one and taste.
Got the taps.
Then get to work. Let's broach those barrels.
Ready.
Step aside.
So?
Those hints of spice. Distinctive. This is Sonrial. Revolting, bitter plonk.
Could have gone sour while aging.
Impossible. This is not wine. This is contaminated refuse that should never have made it into a barrel. The fact that it did was no accident, I'm sure.
Master Fabricio. Let's see what he has to say about it.
Master Fabricio, I am very disappointed.
But, Your Grace, I...
You are a step away from losing your head. Speak the truth and you might yet keep it.
I admit it. I sold a barrel of Sonrial. I beg you to forgive me.
Why did you do it?
I couldn't resist. The sum they offered, it was enormous. I gave in.
Is what I provide not enough?
I wished to buy back my family's estate. For here, nothing is truly mine. I've a roof over my head, ample food to eat, but What is a nobleman without land of his own? I shall tell you everything if you agree to show me mercy.
Who'd you sell the wine to?
A few weeks past at the pheasantry, a rich nobleman approached me. He called himself a diplomat, well connected at court. He suggested we embark on an enterprise. Some of his clients had offered dizzying sums for even a drop of Sonreal. He was to serve as intermediary.
This man's name.
He never revealed it. He was tall, black-haired, and spoke with a foreign lilt. He claimed to hail from Sintra.
I've no Sintrian aristocrat at court.
Really thought nobody'd find out.
I was a fool, very foolish. I beg you, Your Grace, you must forgive me.
Wine itself, how'd you hand it over?
We met under the cover of darkness in the ruins of Fort Astre. A dozen or so men came to collect. Armed men, the kind that stink of trouble. I had hauled the barrel there. They transferred it to their cart, and we went our separate ways.
That's it? At the last you ever saw of them?
That is to say, a few days passed. A messenger arrived. He said they wished to buy another barrel and, well, I've prepared it. Have it ready to deliver.
That's enough. Know all we need to know.
Your Grace, I beg your forgiveness.
Get out of my
Most
sight.
hogy előkészített még egyet.
Captain, have your men take Master Fabrizio to the dungeon. He must answer for his crime. High treason the charge. What now, Witcher?
We set a trap. Need to catch the wine thieves. Sintrian noble could be our blackmailer. Next, transport. I'll take it to Fort Astra. Damien and his soldiers will cover me.
For once, I agree with you. We will do as you say. Let me know when you are ready.
See no reason to wait. Let's get going.
We will set out now. Position ourselves before you arrive. You take the cart and meet us there.
Fine. When the handoff begins, watch for my signal. Relax. Now we wait.
Ah, our favorite vintner. It's not him.
Let him gain momentum!
No!
This shall be your final fight!
Is it just me, or did we agree you'd wait for my signal?
That was the plan, but...
Great shot. Good thing you reacted. Can't say how that would have ended otherwise.
At your service. It was a good fight. We managed to capture one of the scoundrels.
Let's ask him a few questions. Come on.
Witcher, a moment. I was wrong about you.
Well, had no reason to trust me, and I didn't do much to change that.
True. You are not the most endearing of men. At any rate, I see the effort you put forth. And I appreciate it. Let us go to her grace. She awaits nearby.
Not at all surprised. Expected she'd want to oversee this personally.
The master's eye fattens the calf. You're beginning to understand that, I see. This prisoner of yours, bring him to me. We must ask him some questions. Captain, do the honors.
Who sent you?
His name is Dog. They say he plowed your mother.
Once again, who sent you?
Your nun's lover. They call him...
Wait. He doesn't wish to speak. He needn't. I can think of several other ways he can be helpful. I'm certain the Witcher will need bait to lure the beast of Beauclair.
What?
Usually only take measures like that as a last resort, but in this case, think I can make an exception.
Do as you deem fit. He is all yours.
Captain, have your men find me a strong rope. Kind that won't snap when we hang this fellow from a tree.
Rope?
Live bait. Great for monsters, provided they catch the scent of its blood. But I'll see to that.
What? No. Crikey, no! Don't let him!
Stop screaming. Save your strength. Got a long night ahead of you.
No! Don't let him! I'll talk!
Barrels. Where were you gonna take them?
I don't know.
Captain, need that rope after all.
I truly don't know. Hornet's the leader, only he ever knew where to go. But he lies over there, dead. That one. The first barrel went to a warehouse at the port. But where this one was bound, I don't know. I speak true. You must believe me.
Who hired you?
He'll kill me.
Ought to be worried about me right now. Who is he?
Go on, man. Spit it out.
The Cintrian. That is what they call him. I've never seen him, but I know he mustered the men for this caper. That's what they said, that we were working for the Cintrian. I don't know anything else. I swear it.
Take him away. Throw him in the dungeon. He shall await trial there. Captain, we ride to town. Gather your men and seek out the Cintrian. Someone else must have seen him, must know of him.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll report to the palace as soon as I learn anything.
I shan't return to the palace. Our mission has not yet ended. The Witcher and I will await you at the guard post near the port.
Let's go to town.
Még nincs vége ennek a küldetésnek. Jó hosszan nyomja. történet.
late.
Kemény tapasztalat.
Relax, he'll come.
There's something I'd like to know. How can you be so damned calm?
Side effect of my mutations. We Witchers rarely get the jitters.
What if something has happened to him?
Captain seems like a man who can take care of himself.
Perhaps he can, but this Cintrian appears to be no common bandit. He managed to steal ducal wine from under my guardsman's noses. We only learned of it through a fortunate coincidence. And it was he who specified the victims for the vampire. One must be exceptionally confident to blackmail such a monster.
Still don't know this Cintrian's behind the kidnapping and blackmail. Might have just handled the theft of the wine.
Even if it's so, he then sold the wine to the blackmailers. As I see it, that makes him an accomplice.
Need to find the Cintrian, whether or not he's responsible for the murders. Even if none of it's his doing, he could still know our blackmailer's identity. Besides, it's one thing to know who ordered the killings. Other thing entirely, and just as important, is why they... Someone's coming.
Captain, why so long? We expected you hours ago.
This Cintrian does not work alone. We are fighting an organization, not one man. Bandits attacked us, not a small force either. One of my boys has a broken arm, another a shattered knee, lamed for life. And the word on the street is there's a hefty bounty on your head, Geralt.
Used to it. Not the first time I've been hunted.
Must you always? Now, the port warehouse where the wine was delivered, we identified it, then learned who had hired it out. This proved to be a beggar, a stand-in. We found him. He admitted all. A man had paid him to sign the lease, a man he met while begging outside the pheasantry. There, fate lent us a hand. A waitress recalled spilling wine on a nobleman who spoke with a Cintrian accent.
What did he look like?
Her description was not helpful. Handsome, well-dressed, with a beard. No distinguishing marks. This could be anyone. But she remembered his female companion very well, as she recognized her. On the Cintrian's arm was Cecilia Bellant.
The singer? I've heard of her. She's said to be gifted, fairy.
The same. We went to her home immediately. Cecilia was not there, but we questioned her servants. A chambermaid claimed Cecilia is to meet a Cintrian gentleman tonight. She'd invited him to a reception mounted by the Mandragora.
The Mandragora? What's that?
A club, an affiliation of local artists. Painters, sculptors, troubadours and dancers.
Never heard of it.
They exude a mystique, consciously, I think. Behaving like an exclusive cabal. Artistic elites. Every now and again they mount soirees. Only wealthy patrons are invited. All arrive in elaborate masks, then drink and flirt.
Gotta nab the Cintrian. Seems we have to go to that get-together.
You read my mind, Witcher. I shall gather my men, surround the establishment. Not a mouse will squeeze through.
Out of the question. If the Cintrian truly does have men about the city, he will find out and escape once again.
Duchess is right. Need to be careful. Best go there, blend in with the crowd.
Precisely what we shall do.
We, Your Grace.
Geralt and I. In that sort of company, the Witcher could use my help.
Where's the event gonna be held?
The Mandragora always assembles at the same place, a residence in Oatville. It's a very distinguished district. Geralt, you must don appropriate attire. Then meet me in Oatville, in Mountebank Alley.
Just a dog's arse.
Wars. Wars everywhere.
Hey, is that not this cur with the price on his head? It's him! Get him! Hook right! Rush at him, boy!
That stench. Didn't look like locals. Damien's right. I'm a hunted man.
Do you like it here? There's more to be done about it.
Öltsünk megfelelő ruhát, aztán most délutára így ennyi lesz.
The Butcher of Bluffican, called to be the savior of Tucson.
Sacre bleu! It's a crime! You're from the north, that's painfully clear.
Excuse me?
There is no excuse. There is but the need to outfit you anew. My salon stands open. Please come in.
All jests aside, let me see what you got in your wardrobe.
I'm more than willing, sir.
Thanks. I think that's all I need for now.
Ever your servant, sir.
Na, felöltözzünk.
Hey, you grey-haired
Bocs.
chick!
Nice tune.
Reginald Aubrey has returned, not to be missed. Buy your tickets now.
Na. Nem megyünk be, elmentjük. És legközelebb innen folytatjuk, remélhetőleg este tudjuk. Na, pápusz mindenkinek!